Coach's Corner Tuesday's workout. We started sled, push, pull. It gets a lot of blood flow. It also, the pushing stretches out the plantar fascia. So we find that plantar fascia and tibialis and calf stretching really opens up to work the rest of the leg. So the sled kind of already gets your plantar fascia in, but then you're quite exhausted from the sled intervals. So that's when we do the one stretch that is mandatory in terms of a pure static stretch. And that's 90-90 to pigeon progression. So this can take place over minutes of reaching. All you do is two things. You go this way and you extend the back leg. So some people might need to just relax right here. Over minutes, days, weeks, months, you want to be able to put that shoulder to ankle with the front leg at 90 and the back leg straight. So we do 3 minutes a side. That's like your rest. And then we get into tibialis work. So you use a floss band. I've got 12.5 kilo here, so 27.5 pound. I'm on my third round right now. You're seeing live my actual third round of the workout. I start low and then I work up higher. We call this ATG tibialis exercise because we came up with it here, so it just gives it a simple name. What we're doing, and we have 4 exercises we're going through, and all 4 are the same way. We're going for nice full ranges of motion. The goal is 10 reps. And on the 10th rep, we're gonna pause 30 seconds and then see if we can get the weight back up after 30 seconds. If we can, then we would allow ourselves to go heavier. Now this weight has already taken me to like the brink of hell to get back up, so I'm not gonna go heavier because I already know this one's gonna challenge me. And I'm getting that stretch there and flexing the tibialis to get up. I've been talking, so I'm not exactly sure, but that's probably about 9. So now going down for my 10th, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and you have to make a bit of an effort to keep the legs straight to maximize stretch all through that tibialis, which is going to potentiate a higher calf raise. So if you have difficulty in the top part of your calf, well, what if you're resisting yourself through the ankle? You see that if the tighter this is, the less high you'll be able to get up on a calf raise. So this is outstanding for shin splints and things of that nature. Achilles, plantar fasciitis is actually addressing and getting a badass tibialis. Now it's probably been about 30 seconds, so boom, I got up with it. But it was plenty of burn on rounds 1 and 2. I kind of already knew this would be a tough weight for this, so I'm gonna snag another one to keep it quicker. So I already knew like I wasn't gonna try 15 kilo because I knew I just wouldn't get much at all. And here we get another look at it. Start around the toes, gradually work your way up the tongue of the shoe, and then I keep it up high. This tends to lock it in the best, is starting low, going up high. And today's our front splits routine. So front splits oriented stuff, we're going front back. But on Thursday, we'll be doing actual ankle rotations with seated calf raises, which relates, you need your seated calf more when it comes to, bending low and pushing side to side. So if I had to pick one, I'd pick seated calf on a middle splits oriented lateral type day, and standing calf on a front to back type day. So again, I'm making sure that I'm not getting the momentum from the knee. I'm making sure that the knee is locked as I pull up. Maybe one more, and then so we're applying free weight principles. There's something about one guy doing lat pull downs, the other guy doing chin-ups, that the guy doing chin-ups just gets stronger. And that's what we found with this tibialis exercise, is guys who've been on our Watson tibialis machine, no offense Watson, but guys who've been on it for years and they still have fucking pussy tibialis muscles. And this just forces them to get strong. So, here we go. Oh yeah. So we're applying the concepts of free weight principles, of progressive overload, but we're applying that strength through length for the tibialis and calves. The human body is made to work great, and you'll be shocked at how incredibly bulletproof your body will be if you work in line with the way that your body was designed. So now, putting a foot up here, balancing only with the knuckles. That way I can't cheat. I'm holding the weight on the side of the leg, wrapping it around so I can't cheat there. Right knee is locked. And now I'm really working that tippy top position. So this is the exact opposite. And now since the front of that ankle is opened up from the tibialis raises, I can get a nice high position there. Now my right is not my natural jumping leg, so it's actually like weaker in the top. And this is my third round. I went body weight on the first round, 5 kilo on the second round, 10 kilo. Now this is gonna be a hell of a challenge. So now I'm in that 30-second stretch. Breathing deeply into the upper calf. Why am I not using a timer? Because it just doesn't matter that much. And your athletes, if it's your rugby player, say it's your American football player who's used to playing for 10 seconds and resting for half an hour. His 30 seconds is gonna take like 10 seconds, and that's okay. And then your endurance athlete, his 30 seconds will take like 60 seconds. Oh! Couldn't even get up on that one. So I was able to get up body weight, not able to get up, or able to get up 5 kilo, not even able to get up on the last rep, 10 kilo. So say I had tried 10 kilo on my second set and I couldn't get up, I would go back down and wait. So this is an amazing self-limiter. This is trying to be the world's best base program, but I don't care how advanced you are on certain things, you probably still need a base program when it comes to these strength through length exercises, especially building from the ground up. So as long as I've been training, stay tuned to my Instagram and my jumps, and you're gonna see me keep jumping higher just from going back to this base building. So now I'm in that. It's okay if you adjust slightly to find that right grip on your shoe or whatever. Now that's getting deep into that upper calf. If we stretch deeper and then we have to strengthen out of it, we're hitting new parts of the muscle that you're gonna end up getting like newbie gains, because you're gonna be digging into areas you just haven't dug into before. So you're gonna get newbie strength gains, even though it seems like we're training soft. Okay, could not do that, which is pretty awesome to be able to take my calves and tibialis to failure in a way that's making them more flexible, getting tons of blood flow. You'll see some nice hypertrophy benefits, believe it or not, in this stage. Now I'm using, I'm gonna add a little bit more. First set, I used 5 kilo each side. It's a 10 kilo bar. Second set, I used 2.5 kilo, an additional 2.5 kilo. And so now, and I succeeded with that. So now third set, I'm gonna go a little bit more. Remember, this is it's a fairly safe way to go to failure. And the only reason I didn't increase the tibialis weight is because 12.5 kilo was already like taking me to the brink. And then to go from 12.5 to 15, if I was in a gym with 12, 13, 14 kilo, I would have forced myself to go up a kilo. Does that make sense? So maybe next time I should have added like some magnets. We have some magnets to make them a little heavier. So I'm gripping here, and I don't mind if it's not wider than the box, because on the Jefferson curl, we actually want to be reaching out in front. It's so much different than an RDL. So from here, I'm tucking my chin. I want to stretch out that upper back. I'm rounding my shoulders. I'm putting the weight through the balls of my feet. So tuck the chin, round the shoulders, weight through the balls of the feet, reaching forward. And then I lift by thinking to contract my glutes. So I'm rounding everything, and then I'm just trying to tuck the glutes. And our depth standard for this is a sort of wrist below toes scenario, but do not bend those knees. We want to train the muscles right behind the knees, the popliteus, and most guys have really weak popliteus. And you'll see that ask Jeff to DM you a raw picture of his popliteus, and it's insane. It's like he has bicep behind his knee. So train upper back, lower back, hamstring flexibility. You'll even feel this in your calves because the weight's on the balls of the feet. Oh, the thing tiring off most for me is those muscles right behind the knees. It's like that lower hamstring. So now I'm pausing 30. I am burning up behind my knees, that lower hamstring. If you feel them bending, flex those quads. Keep the weight on the balls of the feet. Oh, calves are burning up. standing. So we're building up a resiliency to just all this back here, and this can really potentiate a total knee transformation with the VMO, because any tightness here you might not realize fucks with your ability to contract that VMO. So I find getting amazing in that piriformis, which we static stretch just because I don't have a way yet that we'd like to add load to it. So opening up that piriformis and all of this, those are if it's front, if the VMO is front inner, that means back and outer are the antagonists. So watch your VMOs and your knee, like even though that's not a knee exercise, man, like my knee feels outstanding after piriformis and Jefferson curl. And again, people are not gonna get into low back trouble, and they're actually gonna build up really bulletproof lower backs from doing this. But the 10 rep with 30-second hold, when in doubt with a beginner, 10 rep, 30-second hold, you easily could hurt your back by going too heavy on Jefferson curl. But it's freaking hard. Something's gonna be having more trouble than your back. Your grip, your hamstrings, your calves, whatever. So now without realizing it, I'm getting incredible time under tension to actually develop the muscles to protect my back when it is in a rounded position. I mean, my favorite player ever, Michael Jordan, had one of the strongest backs in a rounded position. So he could commit to a drive, not here, but here, boom, and he could spring back because of his VMO and because of his strength in his lower back in a rounded position. So now, final exercise, I did, I'll steal a couple of these 2.5s. I did bar, which was actually pretty tough. I did 2.5s. That was tough. So now in the last set, going up to 5 each side. Now we've got split squat. Same thing. 10 rep with 30-second pause. Maybe should have rested a touch more, but we're here, so let's do it. You want to think like you're splitting the tracks. So don't stand your feet like in a line like that. You want to think, see that, like hip width, so you stay hip width. Now in that hip width stance, the back foot stays on the tippy toes at all times. Front foot stays flat. It actually doesn't matter how tight you are for this particular exercise because we're doing it for the strength through length. So even if you could only go like, no matter how tight the person is, have them do 10 reps. The more flexible it gets here, so keep that glute contracted. The more flexible it gets there, the deeper you'll get on the front leg. So I'm pumping out my reps. So what I'm really going for is I'm trying to completely cover, stay right there. I'm trying to completely cover my calf and actually calves, gastroc and soleus with my hamstrings because you got 3 hamstrings. So that's the goal, is to completely cover the calves. All right, let me go into my 30 seconds. So now I'm on my 30-second stretch. That's not 30 seconds relaxing, that's 30 seconds. I'm trying to straighten, I'm trying to have that back leg straight. And if you look at what that does to the front leg, straightening that, it lifts me up just enough that my front leg is working. My front quad is burning. Now here, I can relax the back and the front. Here, whew, now that front VMO is working. And I'm trying to bring my elbows perfectly vertical, torso over. All right, I got like 10 more. Front foot is burning, front Achilles is burning, back hip flexors are stretching. So same thing, can you get up on that last rep? And now this was the end of the workout. I'm gonna need a minute break. And now I'm gonna get my left leg in. So you can see there, this is a routine. Someone could easily get to front splits. Increase tibialis strength. Increase all the way through. Increase calf strength all the way through. Bulletproofing against shin splints, plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis. Bulletproofing the knees and hip flexors and adductors through the split squats. Bulletproofing hamstrings and lower back through the Jefferson curl. But this is just one day, and then Thursday, we're gonna be using these same concepts, that 10 rep with a 30-second hold on the last one with the limiting factor of can you get up? And to show you on a split squat, one little point. The reason I'm going bar and back is just so I'm not having to hold on to weight so long. You could go, most people will need to go body weight on this. Some will add some light dumbbells. The stronger guys can go bar and back. And if you can't get up, it's easy. You just cheat that thing up. So you just cheat it up. Because I was asked today, how do you get out of of a split squat with a bar on your back. Because when it comes to just heavy loading, I like bar in front so you can actually duck it, but this ain't gonna be heavy loading. You can probably even just neck press it off. But watch your quads sculpt up and grow. Watch a lot of interesting hypertrophy happen on this because of the unique time under tension. From digging every exercise, you're going into ranges. You're hitting depths of your calves, tibialis, quads, hamstrings, glutes, lower back that you've never hit, no matter how strong you are, how advanced you are. And it's just a 12-week program to get your body healthier than you could possibly imagine while rebalancing your jumps. But these principles could be applied to anyone. You could take a new person who had never trained certain of these areas, and that's a good go-to principle. Thursday, we'll be doing it on seated calf. So seated calf, 10 reps with a 30-second pause on the last rep, and then can you get out? That's a guarantee to improve your ankle mobility. So we're gonna be doing on seated. Good morning. Bunch of steps. So this principle, you could apply to a strength through length exercise for a beginner. And why are we doing this today? Because tomorrow we're working on like skipping and sprinting. So we're actually reducing injury risk by improving, so we're not tight this way. So we're not gonna be tight this way, but then after the skipping and sprinting, and also the split squat it's an excruciating quad exercise. So then Thursday, we're digging into like inner outer, which is actually gonna be fresh and ready to train after going forwards on Wednesday with skipping and sprinting type action. So then Thursday, we're working on middle splits, strength through length routine. And then Friday we recover, and now everything's recovered, and now everything we need to jump higher on Saturday, we are like ready to fly.